Pick the Nintendo Shack and pray. Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening says, yo.
Greetings, Kooplings, and welcome back to the Nintendo Shack, your weekly hangout for all things Nintendo with the crew from the Play Some Video Games network of podcasts. My name is Donnie Reese, and tonight we record episode 168, where we will discuss yet another Nintendo Switch system that's hitting the market that is not the Super Switch Pro that we want it to be. But before we do, allow me to give thanks to those that support us over at patreon.com/PSVG. So thank you, Michael Masick, Barry Cathcart, Callow, Nick Creature, Rude Days 93, Ben Moxham, Rob Emanuel, Nick Fallhaber, Paul Calico, Kyle Heyman, Grouchy Surge, Chris M, Devin Tyus, and Josh Borboni, the Bonesaw. What's up, dudes? Rebecca, Garrett, how are you guys?
Hello.
Can't complain.
Yeah?
I'm doing good.
You got a cookie?
I don't have a cookie, but I smell them.
You should have grabbed it right out of the oven, just right off the tray.
It just burned my hand.
Yeah.
Bring some for the class.
Bring some virtually, exactly.
Just smear it into the webcam.
Exactly. Just taking a drink.
Yeah, I feel good tonight.
Good.
I feel like I'm in that sleep state where you're just like running off of adrenaline. I didn't sleep barely at all last night. I slept like 2 hours. I've been up all day.
What?
How?
Yeah.
How are you functioning? You say you feel good. What?
I took a shower like 5 minutes ago. I feel great. Yeah, but it's not gonna last.
You're gonna crash.
It's not gonna last very long.
No.
I just couldn't. And it's not. I feel fine. I'm not sick or anything like that. I'm not even really complaining about it. I just couldn't sleep. I was just restless. Couldn't sleep. Tossing and turning everything. I got up at like 4. Got all of our Gaming for Guru prizes like out the door, like to people. Codes, things. I'm finding people on Twitter. I'm hunting people down in other Discords, like a man on a mission. I think we got everything out by like 11 o'clock. Like everything's gone.
Amazing. You guys did so great with that.
Oh, thank you so much.
A lot of money raised. That was good.
Tons of money, and I cannot wait for Bobby to see that. I'm saying once he makes that recovery and he can actually like take that in, that's gonna be a special moment for him. So, what are you guys up to? What are you doing?
Who, me or
That's
Garrett?
good. Who cares? Whenever you
You're
go.
turning me into two people, and
Yes.
do we talk at the same time? Is that what you want?
Just go. Just jump in.
Okay.
Conversational
Garrett, go
podcast.
first.
Okay, I've just been really chilling. I haven't actually been playing much.
I was going to say Garrett
honest
go
with
first
you.
because I haven't been doing much new.
Wow.
I've just been playing The World That Ends With You when I
Okay.
have time.
Skip past Rebecca.
Okay, hold on. Hold on for a second. Okay, I am taking my sweet time. All right, just like
The
just
floor is yours.
with Ocarina of Time. You remember it took me like 7 years to beat that game, right?
Okay, but you did.
I did, and this is what I'm doing with World Ends With You as well. Whenever I have time, I just plug in and do whatever. I guess to recall, the story is that they have a week to go through these series of games until they like win the game. They have to go through a series of missions, and it's 1 week. And I'm on day 6 right now, and I'm like, this seems too short of a game. And I'm like, this can't be just it. And then I was like, you know what? I just want to see how far I am and just look up subtitles, just like subtitle chapters in a walkthrough. I looked that up, no spoilers. I'm just like, oh, I'm definitely not like even close. It's like, okay, there's going to be a lot of different.
There's been several games like that
twists.
where I'm like, I wonder how far I am. Like, I've been playing a minute, and I look it up. I'm like, chapter 8 of 38. And you're like, oh, gosh.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. That's basically what this is. Not that bad, but I'm getting into it. It's super fun. I just play it whenever I can, but other than that game, I've really been trying to finish Horizon Zero Dawn on PS4.
I saw you play. It looks so hard.
Nah.
It looks intense. Okay, maybe not hard. It looks intense.
Yes.
It's initially intense,
super fun,
and hard.
If you like combat, like if you're a
there's
person,
a lot going on
if
at
you're a
once.
person that appreciates good combat game, like if you like Devil May Cry, if you like Bayonetta, you love Horizon.
If you love Monster Hunter,
or Monster Hunter, good call.
Yeah.
I don't love Horizon as like the collective internet does, But the one thing that I've always said is the combat was super fun.
It's super
so
solid.
fun. And I played it completely different than everybody in PSVG. Everybody's like, look at my fancy bow, and I've got these mine traps. I literally went like full on melee and was just punching giant robots in the face. Like when they can just like, doof.
I got to the point where if you do a heavy blow, they'll get knocked out.
Yeah.
And you can just do it with the biggest robots.
You feel so powerful. If like a snap maul comes across, you just like sit down.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know if I'm gonna like that game, but I'm gonna try it when I get my PS5.
I think you'll like it. It's really good.
Very good.
I was beating a Thunderjaw when Rebecca came in, the biggest robot you could find. I'm like,
nice.
Oh, buddy, it's really fun.
And you get it just for getting a PlayStation 5, right?
Is it in the PlayStation collection?
I thought so.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's not.
I don't.
Maybe
I thought it was like a lot
else.
third party. I don't remember.
No, there's first party. Actually. I know Ratchet's in there.
There's Bloodborne in there.
God of War is in there.
Bloodborne's in there. I think.
So.
I'm just letting you know. That's a first party game.
He's just listing that.
But he kept bringing it up.
Or so.
So.
Anyways, I'm trying to wrap up some Sony exclusives because I still have a lot on my plate. But other than that, it just world ends with you. That's it. I'm sorry. That's what I've been doing for the past week, other than working like crazy. So.
Also working like crazy. I kept playing Ori and the Blind Forest, and man, I am not good at platformers. Holy crap! The part
and
where
golf. Let's keep a running tally going.
The part where it's like Mario Galaxy, where the gravity changes and you're walking on the walls and you're on the ceiling, and you have to drop down, and then you have to go and jump off it and go this way.
I'm actually at that level. I haven't finished it.
Gosh,
I'm at that level though.
Quit. If I wasn't streaming it, I probably would have quit. It was so hard. Do you know how many times I died? And then I would get because I ran out of saves because I wasn't very good at my save management.
Oh, you have to save constantly in that game.
But I ran out of saves because it was.
Oh, you got to a point where you
such a long segment, and then I ran out, and I'm like, oh no.
You just got to keep going. You know what? It's funny how you think this is insufferable, but I saw you going through that Toe Jam and Earl. I don't know, one of those.
The Earthworm Jam.
That's it. Earthworm Jim.
But I use save states for that, and you can't have save states in Ori. I guess we're kind of close, because it does let you save kind of wherever you want. So I guess that is kind of like save states in a way.
But it costs something.
It does cost something. Yeah, it's not limited.
Right.
But the platforming, I felt like it's not punishing either. So it's a really quick start. Again, when you do die, which I did a lot of. But then it's rewarding too when you do get past it. Those escape segments, those aren't punishing either. I don't know if did you get past the gravity platforming part yet, Garrett?
It's been a while since I've actually touched it. Probably like a month ago.
It gives you, not to spoil, but it's another kind of escape sequence, kind of like when you're escaping the Ginzo tree with the water.
I remember the tree part.
Yeah, it's another kind of similar thing like that where you're trying to escape as it comes at you. But I really like it a lot. But I put it down for a little bit just because that was such a hard section for me and I needed to breathe a little bit after that. Mm-hmm. And the other day I picked up Metroid Prime again because I feel like I'm still in this Metroidvania kind of kick. And so I started that over a year ago and haven't played it in about a year. I think I put it down around February last year. Because my problem with that was for any kind of Metroidvania, if I go more than a week or two without playing it, I totally forget what I was doing, where I was going.
Yep. Or it'll be that way too.
So I think right around that time, I was getting really busy. I was starting a new job. So I wasn't really playing it. And eventually it got so long that I'm like, okay, I'm probably not picking this up again anytime soon. So I picked it up this week and I had some help with people telling me where to go, what to do. And I really want to finish Prime. I really want to finish, and play Prime 2 and 3 because we know that 4 is, even if it's not soon, it's on the horizon at some point. I just want to get into more Metroid games. It's, very good combat, very good puzzles, and
cool
I like
art.
it a lot. The cool art.
It's very cool art, I think.
I just like the franchise as a whole. I would call myself a Metroid fan, but I haven't played a lot of Metroid games.
Sure.
So
you need to play the 3DS one.
I have it, and I think I started it, but I haven't really done anything.
Oh, it's
yet.
Once
that
I
one's Prime, I'm going to do that.
Stellar.
Yep. Other than that, those are really the only games I've been playing. I did a fun trivia stream on Sunday where I was quizzing people on their video game knowledge, and that was a lot of fun. Cool stuff like that I like to do. So that's kind of what I've been up to besides just working and being tired.
I'm playing a lot of games too. Not really playing much on my Switch. Switch has no games, right? We're all waiting for Mario to come out. But let's talk Joy-Cons, guys, because I got new Joy-Cons and I really want to talk about. And these are the Ben Buck Joy-Cons that make the Switch look beautiful, in my opinion. I love this.
It looks sleek.
I am so into just the aesthetic and the appearance. I love how it's flush with the system, how it looks like it's a part of it, not like the hoary ones where they sit, like if the Switch sits down away from the game pads.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
It kind of has like a Game Boy aesthetic to it.
It's kind of. It's Vita-ish. It kind of has like a round thing. So my favorite thing about them, they glow.
Oh!
Yeah, they're RGB.
They're RGB, and you can change them. You can match the colors. You can alternate the colors. I have them set to like this RGB pulse where they'll just kind of go back and forth. I was a little concerned when they... All right, so Spawnwave did a video on these this week. That's how I found out about them. He was like,
Watch that video.
We've got these Joy-Cons. And I posted in the Discord if you guys want to go see it. And I was like, this is crazy because I love these Joy-Cons. I love the way they looked. Like, just look alone, I was like, I'm in. Like, this is a nice... I remember how much I made fun of the Hori Split Pad Pros. Like, they're gargantuan. And they don't look...
Then you're a convert.
They don't look... They don't look like they fit the system. They look like alien to them. When you sit it on, you're like, what are these monstrosities you've attached onto the system?
Oh, no.
But they're good. They feel comfortable. They're good to play with. Here's the difference with these, Rebecca. These can pop off, and you can still play with them wirelessly. They are
So they're like
full
Joy-Con.
Joy-Cons.
They actually are Joy-Con.
They are Joy-Cons. Taking it a step further, they're $50. They come with their own grip. And if you snap them together like this...
Now it can be like a Pro Controller.
You now have a functioning Pro Controller with RGB.
Ooh. Wait, okay,
Does it feel good
I have
that
a
way too?
I have... Yes. Go with questions.
Okay.
Questions
Does
go.
it have motion control?
It has gyro.
Yay! I'll buy
That's
one.
actually a pretty big feature.
It has rumble.
Okay.
You can customize the rumble. You can turn the rumble up or down. If you don't like it, you can turn it down like in varying degrees. There's like 5 different settings. You can like click it stronger, off. If you want, you just turn it off.
Wow.
Which is what I normally do. I will tell you this, because I don't want to oversell it. The rumble feels cheap. It's kind of hollow.
Yeah,
you can.
It's not
you can
HD
tell.
rumble.
It's not like
you can't feel the
it's
ice
not haptics.
cubes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to address some of the complaints that I read or saw from a couple different videos that I saw, and then Spawnwaves directly. He said the buttons feel cheap, and I agree with him, but this is very much a personal preference thing, because I understand what he's trying to say. There's not a lot of weight to the buttons, and they're not like smushy like the Pro Controller. You know, like the Pro Controller has smushy buttons.
It has a mushy
Yeah.
feel to it.
These are
Click.
clicky. I love clicky buttons. I want all the clicky buttons all the time.
Okay.
So this is perfect for me. This feels great. Like I like it. I don't think I wouldn't call these cheap as like a degradation because I like the feedback. They feel good to me. I like the clicky buttons. Especially like the home button and the plus buttons. They're also clicky. You know, they're not smushy. They're not like rubber. You feel like you're pressing a plastic button. Right? It's plastic.
Oh yeah, that's actually one of the downfalls of the Split Pad Pros. They have mushy.
They have
plus
those
and
mushy. They're like
minus were-
nubs, right? They're like the
They're
little
cheap
IBM
rubber.
nuds. Yeah, exactly. These aren't that. These aren't those. So I like that too. So I got RGB. I got clicky buttons. With the RGB scared me because I read on Amazon that the battery life was 3 to 4 hours, and I think Spawnwave said the same thing. I'm getting triple that. Like,
more. Okay.
Not even close to 3. Like so much more than 3 or 4 hours.
Why would
That's
there be so
interesting.
much variability?
I no idea, but when we got
max
them,
full play, I guess.
yeah, when we got them, I didn't charge them. I just put them on my Switch. We played all night, not docked, like remote off of them in the Pro Controller mode because I was trying to run them down. Because we had a question, somebody wanted to know: do the Joy-Cons charge when you're docked? Because they have these
That was my question,
USB-C
too.
ports where you can charge them on their own. They do charge when you put them in the Switch. So right now they're
That's
charging.
nice.
And when they're charging, when you put them in the dock, when they're charging, the LEDs will pulse. They'll pulsate. So you'll see that they're charging. When they turn off, you've got charged Joy-Cons. They're ready to go. I love these. They're not perfect. They're light. They're very light. So if you're one of those persons like, I want an Elite, it's the opposite of that. These are very light, hollow, type feeling. They're very light. But together in portable play, holding it like this feels extremely comfortable. This feels like a handheld device. And the fact that you can then pop them off and put on a Pro controller on the go, you could set up your little Switch. To me, this is ideal. This is ideal for me. To me,
that's a leg up from Split 5 Pro.
It's like a more comfortable Joy-Con that like Nintendo would come out with.
If Nintendo made another Switch with Joy-Cons like these, I would be excited. If they came out with another Switch with regular Joy-Cons, like if these don't work on the next Switch, I'll have a problem. Because if they don't have a better solution, I don't know if I'm moving. Like, I like this. I want this. I want to play like this now.
I would think they would not change the connection between the Joy-Cons.
You would hope, but who knows?
I would hope.
It's Nintendo. Who knows?
Like, sure, you can reiterate the Joy-Cons, but the connection between them, I don't know. It just seems weird if they would change it.
I don't know.
I mean, but they could change like the rails. They could change the clicks. Like they could change the form factor. You could have old Joy-Con, right? Like Joy-Con Gen 1 and new Joy-Con, Joy-Con Pros. Remember, this is the Wii Motion Plus people. Like, yeah, that's true. They do weird stuff. Who knows? We don't know that your Joy-Con will work forward.
You can get a slider adapter and buy those separately.
$29.99.
I could see that now.
Tara, I hate that you're.
Why did you speak that into existence?
It's just a little slender box right next to the Joy-Cons to the left.
So ultimately, I have RGB. I have matte black. Look how good this device looks, Karen.
It looks great.
Doesn't it look beautiful?
You're convincing me.
Oh,
It's better than the other ones that you guys were trying to get me on board for.
Yeah, I sold my pair to Seth on the cheap.
Cool.
I sent him to his kids. And the fact that they work wirelessly, you don't have to connect them. They can work independent. So you can just hold them in your hands if you want. Like these are great. $50. I'm totally on board. This is fantastic. So
Awesome.
Donnie recommended. If you hate them, I'm sorry. Don't blame me.
Donnie, seal of approval.
I did want to talk about one thing, the D-pad. So, this is not a good D-pad.
That could be a deal breaker.
I do agree with Spawn Wave, and it's not a good D-pad. Here's the thing. It's not an awful D-pad. I only have one issue with this D-pad, and for me, I actually think it's kind of a non-issue. I played, and let me tell you how I tested it. I played Smash. I played Resident Evil 4. Because in Resident Evil 4, I kind of play with the D-pad. Do you guys play with the stick or the D-pad?
I don't know.
I feel like you have more control over the character in that little tanky motion when you play with the D-pad. Anyway, I played Ori and I played Super Mario 3. Super Mario 3 is like my lifelong D-pad test game. So when you're using the D-pad to press a direction, forward, back, up, down, it's fine. It totally works. When you're rolling the D-pad, right? When you are smushing it and kind of rolling around. So like if you were doing like a Street Fighter combo or something like that, that's when it kind of gets like crazy, it's wobbly. Yeah. You can feel it. Like you feel it rock from left to up. It's not a smooth, wheel motion. You know what I'm talking about? Like a circle motion?
It's not a smooth wheel motion.
It's not a smooth wheel motion.
You can't go diagonal.
Right.
Can you do diagonals?
You can, but you're going to feel it. You're just going to feel that rock when it shifts to the next one, right? You're going to feel it. It's not a smooth motion.
Oh, it feels wedged. Okay.
Yes.
Is it better or the same as the D-pad on the Pro controller?
The Pro controller?
It's worse.
Yeah,
it's worse than the Pro controller. It's
definitely worse, yeah. This is a smooth round,
and it's not as good, and it's not as good as the 8-bit Do, which, in my opinion, is still the best D-pad on the Switch.
Supreme.
Yeah.
Supreme.
So, I don't think the D-pad is great, but if you're not playing a game where you're doing those type of motions, which, at this point, I don't think many games are, and you also have the stick in most of those games, you have the stick that you can just play on
games I'm playing, I like to use the D-pad.
We all know.
Like, which ones?
Like classic
Any
games.
kind of Super Nintendo game.
Right, and when I was playing, I played Mario 3 and I had no problem with it. I played Mario 3 fine on this D-pad. Because on Mario 3, you're not going down, right, and up in one smooth motion on the D-pad. Right? You're going forward, you jump up, you go backwards. You know, it's more, you have more directional input. You know,
Okay.
you're not kind of blending the two. Am I making the point right? I feel like maybe I'm not.
No, you are.
Okay. Yeah, it's that. It's when you're blending it. And that's the only thing I can think of is like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat when you got to do like the down, right, up, left B to do the combo.
I don't play those games.
That's going to suck on this. Use the stick. But if you're not doing that, I think the D-pad's totally fine. Is it great? It's not great. It's totally fine. Like I played Super Mario 3 and Ori with it. Totally fine. I was fine with those. And then, like I said, if you just hate it, you can just use a stick. I guess there's probably somebody out there that's like, this D-pad is trash and I will never touch it. Well, then use the stick. The juice is worth the squeeze, is what I'm trying to say. The juice is worth the squeeze. It's got RGB, guys. It's got lights. It's got pretty colors.
RGB.
It does pretty colors. I like pretty colors.
How many colors are there? I see blue and red. Is there like green in there?
Can I make it purple?
Yes,
They're
you
purple.
can. Let's do that.
Ooh.
This is an audio podcast, but we're going to do a little, show and tell here. All right. So on the back, there are these buttons, these modifiers. See these little 2 buttons?
Yeah.
One of them, you press and hold, and you press the stick, and change colors. And if you press the stick again, changes another color.
Do you feel yourself like accidentally pressing those when
No,
you're...
I've never done it.
Okay.
I saw people say that online. I haven't done it in 2 days of trying to play with it. So you can just kind of go through the circles.
That's very nice.
To the colors, or if you want to pulse, double click, and now it'll go through the different colors, or double click, and now it'll do the RGB colors, or double click, and you just keep going with it, and they'll just keep doing stuff like that.
Fancy.
There's some fancy lights right there.
I like the lights.
That's kind of cool.
I love all my custom stuff and my little pretty colors and all that. So I'm just head over heels with like, this was perfect. I'm so glad I kind of jumped on them. As soon as I saw, and Garrett, you were in the chat with me directly. So as soon as I saw the picture of here's what the Switch looks like with these Joy-Con, I was like,
were into it.
I'm in. That looks like a good system. People are going to make fun of me when they see me holding it. It looks like a portable game system.
It really is.
It really does. There's no like weird turbo button off the side and all the other stuff that's on it. You know, the sticks are good, Garrett. You know, it's the same stick.
The sticks are good.
Sticks are good.
It's another transaction that was like, all right, I'm going to have to go out and buy this and sell my other ones. Like, I don't know.
I'm very interested in hearing what our listeners might think. They may just hate my opinion on controllers. I would love to hear it. Because I could just be completely over the moon because I got pretty colors. Maybe I'm just making excuses because I got colors.
One last thing.
Pretty colors.
Pretty colors.
Pretty colors.
Cooler.
Wait till you see the stuff that I bought. I bought more stuff since you guys know one of the things I bought. But I bought not something else.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a PS5.
You don't know that.
You don't know that.
Maybe. Who knows?
If you get a PS5 before I get a PS5, I will be mad. I will
The
write a
PSXP crew think I'm lying to them. They think I was a long con
Or just-
ruse.
It's just a lot of pictures, and
They think Elaine's in on it.
What?
Yeah, you're not in our Discord. You can't fathom
You
to
don't
come
understand.
over.
You
You
go-
can't come to the team
Go back to
Discord
your own
anymore.
Discord, Rebecca.
Go
Only
live in
channel-
your own worship area.
I look at the Nintendo Stack channel. That is the only thing I look at.
I've been hinting all week that I had a PlayStation, and the PlayStation crew are like, this is a long con.
This is a liar.
I have a PlayStation 5.
Really?
I really do.
Oh my
Wow.
god! How did you possibly get
But
one?
here's the
I-
thing.
time.
I'm getting stickers. I'm painting the plates. I have a custom controller coming, so I'm not ready to show it yet. It's
You are back on-
It's getting
It's-
all prep.
it's-
It's getting groomed.
it's under construction right now.
back.
I've been using GIFs. I've been using like the John Wick GIFs in the PlayStation.
I think I'm back.
I think I'm back.
Oh, I'm excited.
Good stuff.
Look
good
at these.
stuff.
Definitely a long con. Nobody believes me. Nobody believes me. You'll see.
Oh, that's
You'll all
funny.
see.
Guys, I actually I want to tell a story about my stock options and my failed story with the market these days. You know,
Did you get some
Stuff has
GameStop stock?
I had GameStop stock.
Garrett.
I had it back in November. I think I bought some in November.
Yeah.
It was like $16 a share or
Nice.
something like that.
Wow, you got in like kind of late.
Yeah, I did get it kind of late. It
Nathan
used
got
to be
in
like
at $2 a share.
Yeah, it was like $2 a share, like way earlier. I sold it for $23 a share.
Hey, you got a free video game out of the deal. That was worth your effort.
Yeah.
After taxes,
guess
what
so.
was the take home on 23 a share?
Well, I won I didn't buy much. It's just very small amounts right now. It's like $130.
Okay,
I won
yeah,
off of
that's
that.
not
Nobody
bad.
predicted this though.
Nobody predicted.
Well, no,
this.
that's actually why it's happening. Is because some people predict.
Well,
That's
I
the
mean,
whole part of the short squeeze. Some people are like, they've got to buy it back. So if we just buy enough of it now, we'll make more later.
Yeah, I know. And
bizarre thing.
and then today's been a whole just kerfuffle with Robinhood now
Yeah,
restricting these stock options. So we'll see how it goes.
You
But
were
I have
gold
my-
if you sold like last week.
Oh, if I was sold yesterday.
God.
Yesterday was
Yesterday
like
peaked
golden
at
If you
egg.
got in at
100.
$2 a share and you sold
Oh, you
off at
would've
like
been-
$500 a share, if you just put $100 down, you just got a
would be
free
made.
car.
you would have been made. So
I said in our
anyways.
chat, I invest my money into 3DS faceplates and custom controllers. So the market's not doing too great for me.
Yeah, no, it's not that much. This is my I'm experimenting on stock options. I have a separate portfolio with investments, and it's in ETFs and whatever. But that's a whole other thing. But
I'm sorry, and I'm looking at the chat. I didn't say these are the Benbach Joy-Cons. Sus name, if I've ever heard one.
Bach?
Bach, Binbok, I believe. I
Mm.
think that's what they're called. Just go to the Spawnwave thing or go to the Discord, get the link. You'll see them. They got to be
good.
the only Joy-Cons with RGB. Can't be that hard to find.
For $50, that's pretty good.
It's a sweet deal.
I would think it would be like a little bit more than the SpitPod
Yeah,
Pro.
I would agree.
Like 75, 80
They're
bucks,
wireless.
but-
They work wirelessly.
And that's the coolest thing. It's wireless and it comes with its own
Grip.
little
I feel like
grip and
they can't make it 70 because then it would just be too much competition with the official Joy-Con, I think.
maybe, yeah.
Average consumer,
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah.
walking through the aisles and you see that one, it's cheaper
There's
than
definitely a lot more tech in the regular Joy-Con than these.
Right, with the rumble. and
Right. But these
Which is
are
why-
stuff.
makes sense for them to be the same price.
right, but these are a
Right.
drift alternative, RGB alternative type of thing.
yeah.
You want to be cool like Donnie, get these controllers.
Man, be cool like me. I like it. I put RGBs in my Xbox, so I'm going all out.
Just not your PC. No RGB fans. Not yet.
What?
RGB fans.
I have blue fan in my PC. It's blue.
One blue fan.
Yeah, the whole thing blue. It lights up blue. It's just a blue. I'm blue.
Mine lights up.
Yeah. See?
Okay. I can't wait till I get my RGB fans in my PC and I'll show you what real RGB is. Like it's just something. It'll be lit.
Not enough RGB.
Once I get a converter box.
Literally and metaphorically.
Exactly.
Good band lit. Underappreciated. Okay, let's get into the news this week in Nintendo. Rebecca, we're going to Festival in Animal Crossing. Tell us
We
about
are. Just like every February, there is a holiday in Animal Crossing called Festival. It's basically like the carnival that's celebrated in like South America, where we have
okay.
Pave. He is a dancing peacock who comes to your village, and he dances, and he's really excited. So they showed an update trailer where you go around and you catch feathers with your net and bring them back to him, and he'll reward you with some things. There's going to be some items like a confetti maker. You can wear like a little feather hat. There's going to be 3 new reactions, I think. Abel's sister is going to have more clothes. Then there's going to be some, I think there's 2 Valentine's Day or 2 or 3 Valentine's Day seasonal items that you can order. But that was pretty much it for the update. This was definitely the least substantial update
Wow.
yet. Like, that's it. And I know that might sound like, okay, you're getting an event, but Festival is celebrated in every Animal Crossing game in the base game. So it's really like they're just adding something that you would have expected to be in the base game anyway. It's a holiday. You're not really getting much more than that.
Is that like a Valentine's thing, or do they do a separate Valentine's
No.
thing?
No, well, that's the thing. People were thinking, okay, like generally the updates have come in 2 parts. Maybe one will be Festival, the other will be Valentine's Day. A lot of people were holding out that we would be getting Brewster, the coffee, the cafe
Yeah,
Barista?
Brewster.
pigeon. Yeah. Thinking that he would be coming for Valentine's Day since the coffee hot chocolate thing kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
No word of him whatsoever. So it's not looking like we're getting any Valentine's Day update. Like
That
That
is
sounds
sad.
very minimal.
you can
That's
order
sad.
2 chocolate themed items and like a bouquet of flowers, and that's it for Valentine's Day.
I would
What are they
imagine
doing?
Animal Crossing, like especially the online connectivity, you'd let everybody like write each other like Valentine cards and hand out
Right.
candy as gifts, and like you kind of do that whole kind of like what you did in school thing,
Nothing
just virtually.
Like that. Nope, no event for Valentine's Day. People
Good
are
job,
Interesting.
Nintendo.
disappointed, to say the least, that this is it for this update. I think a lot of people are holding out that the March update for the 1 year that they're bringing all the Mario things. They already teased that. We saw that's a teaser for Mario. They've already said that they're adding some Mario things to the game. I think a lot of people are holding out that this is going to be a pretty substantial update
Mhm.
compared to this last one, that they're kind of putting not so much energy towards Festival, but putting most of it towards the 1 year, the Mario stuff. I'm hoping that's the case. I think a lot of people are expecting it. What I'm curious about is what is going to come after that. Are they going to
Yeah.
updating it, every couple months? Are they going to keep adding new things for the holidays? Are they going to add more items? I don't know.
Yeah, what the future holds.
Yeah, so that will be interesting to see. I'm excited for the March update. I probably, like, the thing is with this festival event, it takes place on one day. It's February 15th. So even if I decide to go on that day, which I'm not really all that excited about it anyway, it's not really, they're not adding anything that's enough to keep me coming back and playing for multiple days like the other events did.
Mhm.
They're adding kind of like more long-term things that you could do every day. This one doesn't really add anything. Like, the other updates added, well, you can grow pumpkins over time and, do all the crafting with the
Mhm.
pumpkins. That's over more than one day. This is just a single day.
That's kind of,
Care about it.
yeah, not
That's
substantial.
Not that interesting to me.
I would hope that they have just a year worth of content they're just working on. And this is just, hey, let's just push this over until the Mario update and then maybe some other Nintendo anniversaries mixed in there.
I was just about to say, it's a little weird
I
that
hope.
they tease the Mario stuff for March, but Mario 3D
It's
World
gone.
comes out the 13th, which is before the festival event. And the festival, you said it's the 15th?
February.
So this event is the day after Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's like really close to it.
I think
That's
that,
weird.
'cause the festival does take place on a different day each year. I think they do line it up with the real holiday. So I think
Okay.
that might just be coincidental. Maybe that's why they're not doing anything for Valentine's Day, but it's still weird to me. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, it is. I think that the Mario stuff was probably also delayed, just like how we were talking about some of the other Mario stuff was delayed, like the console and
Yeah,
Bowser's
yeah.
Fury. We
Right.
thought it was going to happen a couple months ago. I kind of feel like this was supposed to happen a while ago, but then they just slated it for March. I would like for them to bring back other Nintendo things that they had. They used to have Zelda items and
Right.
Pikmin items, and
They went crazy with it. With
But just
New
like
Leaf.
decorative items, like was there like an event where there were activities to do centered around Mario, or you just get like a block for your room?
the way that it worked in New Leaf was, how you got the coins that counted when you, like, with the pedometer, the plate.
Yes,
they were
I do know that. Yeah.
I have like 300 coins right now. Yes.
So you could spend them on fortune cookies. Like, you couldn't buy fortune cookies
Oh,
with
cool.
notes. You would buy them with play coins.
Yeah.
And I think once a day you could buy a fortune cookie and it would have a Nintendo item in it. It would be random which one you get.
Hmm.
Open up, you get a fortune, and you can exchange the fortune and get, like, you might get like the one-up mushroom, or you might get Link's hat, or whatever, or the Master Sword.
But not like a little cart that you can drive around or a little game that you can play. Not like a thing.
Not like really substantial.
Yeah, like a thing to
expansion
do.
or
I don't
anything
think
like
there was
that.
anything like that. They did have with the Amiibo cards, you could scan and get a Nintendo themed villager. There were a couple
That's
Zelda
cool.
ones of those, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
And I
cool.
don't think there was any kind of actual event for them.
I want to see actual Mario just like go into the game and just talk to you.
That would be funny.
Yeah, but
Just-
Animal Crossing version of Mario, not Mario like the Mario that we know, but like a villager version of Mario. It's the same
I
guy.
want both. I
Mario-
want both in there, and I want one to be an imposter, and they just do.
I'm thinking like a Roger Rabbit type of thing. Like he
Yeah,
comes
I
into the
see.
world but transforms into Animal Crossing.
Okay,
He's
I
like,
can see that
what
too."
happened to me? You know?
He's just like looking at his hands.
Actually be a rabbit, and it would like kind of tie in with the Mario Rabbids.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be cute.
That's something.
Yeah.
Come
But
on,
like he
Nintendo.
talks like that, he's like, bop, 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 bop. That'd be hilarious.
Speaking of the Amiibo cards, they're adding the Sanrio Amiibo cards. They're coming to the United States for the first time. These are like your little Hello Kitty type characters.
Right.
On March 26th. Previously, they were only exclusive to Japan. So you could previously get these items in the game. I actually already have a few of them because I knew somebody with the cards who scanned them and got me. There's like posters that you can get. So if you have the Japanese cards, you can already have these items, but they're hard to get because they were only sold in Japan and they stopped making them. But now they're coming to the US now. March 26th.
Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. G-Man wanted to know with the new festival update for Animal Crossing, what things are you looking forward to? Like I said, I'll probably log on February 15th and check it out. I can't imagine playing, I haven't been playing every day anymore.
How far are we from getting a Rebecca Rage Animal Crossing stream?
Rage?
Yeah, I just want to see you just like, I'm tired of this. I'm not picking any more weeds, Nintendo. Like, are we...
I don't feel that way about it. Like, it's just that winter is a slower time. There's not, like, as many bugs to collect. Like, you can only roll a snowball into a snowman so many times before you get tired of it.
Is winter ever good in any game? Like, aren't the ice levels, like, always kind of a bummer?
The novelty is good, and then it gets old.
Like, I hate winter in Forza. That's the one thing I don't want to see when they do a next Forza commercial is snow.
Really?
Yeah, it's
I like it. I don't know. I think in Animal Crossing it gets old quickly. It lasts a long time. I don't know.
I got nothing for you, G-Man.
I'm looking forward to the Mario update.
Yeah, I would be actually paying attention to that. See what kind of update that they're going to do.
They actually do stuff instead of just being like, okay, like we're just adding items that were in New Leaf and that's it. Like that's not new.
That's not enough, I think, if they want to keep this popularity going.
I'm imagining that they'll do like a big 1 year celebration, that it's maybe they'll bring back an old character like Tortimer or something that really just celebrates, the fact that it's been a year, make it a big thing, make it more than just one day. Don't just make it like Mario Day on March 10th. Make it like...
It's the year of Luigi.
They should have a whole year of Luigi with Animal Crossing.
It worked so well the first time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Garrett, we had a new Nintendo Switch system.
We did.
Centered around Monster
Hunter Rise. It looks so good.
Releasing with the game in March in Japan and Europe only.
What the heck is this?
The new Switch system includes a code for the game and all DLC. The Switch features a custom backplate, custom Joy-Cons, and there is a separate, not a part of the bundle, separate Pro controller sporting Magnum Malo.
Yes.
In gold across the front. The thing, before I let you go, this Switch system is awesome. This is what we've always wanted from them that they've never done. These are actual custom themed Joy-Cons. This is an actual theme system. It has colors. It has like tribal matte designs. There was like shurikens on the back, I think, if that was a thing. There's all kinds of detail to it. I'm not a Monster Hunter fan. I'm not going to buy the game. And even I want those Joy-Cons. And those Joy-Cons those Joy-Cons are going to be hot on the aftermarket, especially if it's a limited release. Those are the Joy-Cons that could sell big time down the road. You could get, $300, $400, $500 for those Joy-Cons if it's a limited release, like we've seen Monster Hunter systems of yore.
Yeah.
Are you going to import it, Garrett, or are you going to bank on maybe it coming?
Well, I'm not going to bank on it coming.
It's not coming.
If it's Japan and Europe now, it's like I feel hard pressed. It's not coming.
I feel like if it was coming, we know now. Like they announced the Mario bundle and everything. I feel like if it was coming to America after they announced it in Japan, after it was announced for Europe, I feel like we would know.
Why wouldn't it though? Like, is Nintendo of America stupid?
Yes.
I mean, we have. I was going to say, I feel like in the 3DS era, I could give you 12 examples of this exact same thing happening.
They're stupid.
They just look at this console like, I don't think people in the U.S. would really like this. And
I think it might be because they don't want it to compete with it's stupid because there's no competition between special editions. They get sold anyway.
My best ability to come up with an idea to actually warrant this is that the supply demand for America versus Europe or Japan are incredibly different, like, numbers. Like, when you were talking about bringing a special edition anything to America, you've got to bring it in mass because there's just so many more people that are buying the stuff here. Versus, you could do a limited run of this in Japan and you're never going to meet demand on a special item like this, but you're going to get a lot of them out there, right? You make 500,000 of them and they're all gone. You do that in America, you make 500,000 of them, and people get really mad that you didn't make more because there's 10 million people trying to buy one, and it gets really loud.
I think that's why, logistically wise, like, they just do Japan and Europe because the demand is probably far fewer. And it's like, all right, if we add the US, a lot of people are going to turn to this and wanting to buy this console now.
And think just how many more you've got to buy to make. You've got to make so many more of them now.
Yeah, I definitely am not going to get the console because I'm holding out on a Switch Pro, guys. Like, this is not a Switch Pro that we want.
Okay. Can I say, though, that now the fact that this was announced, like, I'm starting to kind of feel more hesitant about my predictions for the Pro console being so early.
Yeah. Sure.
I don't think it'll be announced March, April, like I said it would be.
Nah.
That Mario system's going to sell gangbusters too.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Everything Mario sells. They're just going to put it on the shelves and sell. And that's another thing about the systems. I remember that you remember when the new 3DS, they came out the XL model, and then they had the original, like the mini model. And I remember Reggie talking about the reason they discontinued the mini model so fast was like, it wasn't, the numbers of the mini model that were running wasn't worth the shelf space it was taking up that could be dedicated to the larger unit that they had more stock of. Like having multiple SKUs means you have less shelf space. Like you're basically not carrying as many as you could. So, cut it.
They just want to be efficient.
Cut it and let's sell more of this. Yeah.
That makes sense. But I'm definitely going to get that Pro controller. I will import it from UK or Europe or wherever. Just ping me a link and I'll go there. I'm watching Wario 64 like a hawk.
That Pro controller made me seriously upset that we didn't get something like that for Fire Emblem. I could already see with like a dragon on one side. I was like, are you freaking kidding me?
Fire Emblem could have been amazing. It has such amazing art.
And think of the Pro controllers that we've gotten so far, in all seriousness, in comparison to this, suck.
They really suck. That's why we have to replace the shells.
We got the Splatoon one that has little blotches, and it's got a little purple and green, pink thing.
That one was fine. I wouldn't call it amazing.
That's a good first-year design.
We got the Smash one that has the white grip with the big silver logo.
That was kind of dumb. That was kind of dumb.
We got the Xenoblade one, which had the green, the mark across it.
The mark across it, yeah.
This cross.
Yeah, and that's it, really.
But it was basically like here's a thing, and then we have color grips. This is a custom controller. This is what we're talking about. Inlays, design around the D-pad. Like, this is ornate. This is a whole separate. They're not in the same league.
It wasn't lazy. It doesn't feel like a lazy design like the others do.
They didn't put a stencil over it and spray it and go.
They always do it with Monster Hunter, man. Every time they put out a design, it's like, we're going all out, because I think it's really for the Japanese audience. They're really home down there. It's like, these people want this, and they know they're going to sell this and be like their prized possessions.
And I don't think they're going to make a lot of them. So I will tell you this. And when I mean a lot of them, they're not going to have 20 million. You're not going to be able to find these probably shortly after launch again.
Right.
And I'm only saying that based off what I've seen with the 3DS models. So I'm saying that to say this. If you think you ever want one, if you're a collector, you're a Joycon hunter, or you're a Monster Hunter fan, get one now. Import it now. Find somebody, go on the Cross Players Discord, find somebody in EU, pay them to pre-order you one now, get one now, because 6 months after it releases, you will either have to pay $800 for it, or you won't get it then. So if you really want it, get it now. Act fast. Now's the time. They have pre-orders open in the UK.
They could have sold so much more in the US. I just don't think they've made enough.
They can't make enough regular Switches.
I know.
That's why.
I'm waiting for that Switch Pro, man. That's all I'm betting on.
You see the PS5 issues that everybody's having? That's what this would be if they were like Monster Hunter in the US and we've got 8,000 units.
We're in a queue right now.
Yeah, we're in a queue. Nintendo has a queue. Whew. But it is a sweet looking system. That's a pretty system. It only gives me hope that we'll get a proper Zelda.
They've always had nice ones for Monster Hunter.
Oh, they have.
Like they do a good job with that. I'm not even a Monster Hunter fan, but I've always liked them.
That 3DS XL was hot.
It really
Good
was. I
looking
wanted
system,
one.
man. Yeah, it's good stuff. This week, fans have noticed the official Rabbids Twitter account changed their name from Rabbids Official to Mario Rabbids, leading many, many people on Reddit and Twitter to hope, dream, request, demand, predict that a sequel to Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle from 2017 was on the way. Until shortly after this happened, just a mere couple hours later, they changed it back to Rabbids Official. So, the question must be asked. Are we about to get a sequel?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think either a sequel or something like some other kind of big collaboration is going to happen.
Okay.
So Justin asks, and I'll read both these questions because they're kind of the same. Justin asks, what other Nintendo property would you like to see get the Rabbids treatment? And before I read the next one, I'm going to ask you guys a clarification. When he says the Rabbids treatment, does that mean the XCOM game treatment, or does that mean a game featuring Rabbids? So it could be like a party game or something else like the other Rabbids games.
Some kind of crossover game.
But it doesn't have to be the XCOM.
It doesn't have to be the XCOM game.
I don't think that's how he intended that question.
Okay, well then we should have answered them separately. West 3DP says, do you think Mario Rabbids 2 is coming? And did they change it to Mario Rabbids because they're going to be getting a new Rabbids crossover? He says, Zelda Rabbids, Splatoon Rabbids, Wario Rabbids.
Okay, that just sparked something in my head. I could remember we were talking about Splatoon spinoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know, this is actually something that I came across that I remembered from my trivia this weekend. The original concept for Splatoon was supposed to be rabbits. They had all this concept
I do remember
art
that.
in the game before they decided that they were going to be squids. They were actually going to make the characters rabbits and bunnies, where they're going to but then they couldn't figure out the reason for them having ink or paint or whatever, and they couldn't really get the movement down right. So they ultimately went with squids. But you just sparked something in my brain that maybe they would do something with rabbits and some kind of spinoff. It seems like it would be a really good time to have a Splatoon spinoff.
Yeah.
Splatoon versus Rabbids Battle Royale.
No, not Battle Royale.
No, you
Don't
always
do
want to
this.
do Splatoon and Battle Royale.
I know
You
I do. I keep trying.
No,
It'll come.
I mean, I don't know if it would be another strategy type thing, like an XCOM type game. Maybe Splatoon could work for that. I don't know.
I think that could totally work.
Yeah, I agree.
think,
Because it has snipers, rocket launchers, and bombs.
I think there's a lot of strategy to be had there. We've talked about the possibility of a 2D type thing for Splatoon. I'm almost imagining it in the style of Rayman Legends, which is another Ubisoft thing. I think I would be into that. I'm not really a big Rabbids person, but I would buy it.
I could totally see Splatoon and Rabbids crossing over just because they have the same energy. They really do.
They
It's
do.
just goofy and corny. Splatoon's a little bit more, maybe more intense, but they have that cartoon funk with them that totally works. But man, I would definitely love more Donkey Kong, Mario, and Rabbids. That DLC was top tier. And I was honestly, if it had as much content as Mario and Rabbids, if they just kept going with it, this could be a better game in a sense, because it oozes so much style of Donkey Kong in there. I loved it. So yeah, if they just bring on more Donkey Kong Rabbids, I'd be totally sold. I would be ecstatic.
Zelda Rabbit makes me kind of want to puke.
Yeah,
No,
don't do that.
Not be about that at all.
Please don't.
I'm sorry, West 3DP, if that's what you're hoping for, but I'm just going to say that right now. It's that sounds awful.
That sounds terrible.
Just the tone of the games don't really fit the way that I feel Donkey Kong is a little bit goofy sometimes.
Yeah.
Splatoon is a little goofy.
Sure.
Zelda's not goofy.
So when I was reading Justin's question, he said the Rabbids treatment. I was thinking the XCOM treatment, and I literally was thinking Metroid. A Metroid style XCOM game would be awesome.
Even not I could see an XCOM game for Metroid, but I wouldn't want Rabbids to be involved.
Exactly. And that's
I
was when he said the Rabbids treatment, I was literally thinking the same style of game, two different things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So taking the question where you guys are taking it, if you're not going to do Mario Rabbids, which I think they are, I think that's the easiest one.
They're definitely doing
Yeah, because Mario sells. I don't hate your guys' idea for Splatoon, But I will say I don't think Splatoon needs the Rabbids either. Like you can
doesn't
do that.
need it,
You can
no.
do that on your own. Like I don't like mixing that. If you're not going to do Mario, the only one that I do like is Wario. Wario and Rabbids go well
That'd be
together.
very goofy too.
Yeah, if it's
could
like
be
a
a good DLC.
WarioWare game of like mini games and stuff like that with the Rabbids, and they're like driving him nuts and stuff, and
Yeah.
you know maybe
Oh,
Yoshi's in there or
There we
something.
go.
I
That
want
would be
for
fun.
Splatoon.
That would
Yeah,
be fun.
Really
That would
fun.
be really good.
Wario is a good pitch.
Because that's also like that's still the Mario universe. Like,
Yeah.
I think Nintendo would totally
Be like a
on-
weird spin-off.
Yeah.
Be fun though.
What I would like from a Mario Rabbids sequel now is like each of the worlds, instead of like the first game, the second game would be like kind of making fun of each Mario game, like Mario Odyssey, and then the Mario 3D World, and then Luigi's Mansion, and then maybe a WarioWare world type of game.
That'd be cool.
I think that would be dope if they
That would
just
be cool.
just make a parody out of the Mario games.
They're not going to do that. They're not going to let them do that.
That would be cool though.
Garrett has too many smart ideas. That
Miyamoto's sitting in the room. He's like,
It's like, what do you do?
he's just sternly staring at him. Right? They get through like the third slide, and they're like, "We're so sorry. We'll just," and they just start
Miyamoto,
packing up.
come on. Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3 Classic. Think of the ideas with Rabbids.
Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is now confirmed to have shipped 3.5 million copies worldwide. That's the highest amount for any single Warriors title ever, Koei Tecmo says.
Good.
That's good.
Good
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah,
I've
success.
seen a lot of people suggest that Breath of the Wild 2 is going to include what happened in Age of Calamity. I don't.
I
still-
don't think so either.
No.
because
They
there's-
wrote it for that very reason. That's the reason that exists.
There is, and then 3.5 million. Sure, that's a lot, but imagine how many did Breath of the Wild sell?
Yeah,
12
it's not.
million?
Yeah, it's not 15 million.
Whatever it is. Those 10 million people are going to be so confused.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think. Literally, the reason that you wrote it, the reason that the story in Age of Calamity is the way it is, because it's not going to really.
It's
matter
self-contained.
Yeah, it's self-containing. Exactly. They did their own separate thing.
I'm glad you guys agree with me because every time I read comments like that, like on Twitter, I think, am I the one that's missing something?
Are you disconnected? As somebody who has a lot of hot takes like me, I feel you 100%. There's 1,000 times I see an opinion online and I'm like, do I just not know what any of the hell I'm talking about?
That's what I'm like. My opinion's really
That's literally like
off the mark.
99% of what I read.
Normally, I'm on the mark with these things, but
Yeah.
maybe we're not. Maybe we're the wrong ones here.
I don't think so.
I don't
Nope.
think so either.
You read
but
that to me and I'm like, that couldn't be further from reality.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
It's a good
if
story.
you play the story in Age of Calamity, and I know like the cutscene story, like the story, but even the way like the game is set up with the enemies and stuff, like it's all, like you said, it's optional. It's not mandatory.
It's definitely optional,
Yeah,
right?
it's optional. It's a
Guys,
side
it's an
thing.
alternative
It's
timeline.
a different thing. Yeah, that's
That's
all it
what I
is. It's a
see it
different
as.
thing.
All these people are like, oh, but like Sidon's gonna hint about going back and fixing, like
There might be a nod. There might, because Zelda
There will
loves
be a
doing
nod.
that. There'll be a
Yeah.
nod or somewhere. Is it going to matter? No. Do you need to play Age of Calamity to have any idea what's going on in Breath of the Wild 2? Not even close.
Okay, yeah. That's how I've been feeling this whole time. But sometimes just reading these things, it's like, what the heck?
You'll come across the little egg bot somewhere, like it'd be broken or something. Like, oh, that's a thing, you know, like, or there'll be a story on a wall or something. We'll figure something out. They'll have a
Yeah,
nod
yeah.
somewhere.
You know what this makes me really excited for is Persona 5 Strikers
Yeah.
coming out in a month.
I'm playing
in the
on
trailer.
PS5.
You're going to play on PS5?
The PS5 I don't have.
Yeah, you don't have. Exactly.
And
There was a trailer that came out this past week, and I'm like, I am so pumped
Yeah,
for
me
that
too.
game. I'm ready
Me
to go
too.
back to Persona.
You know, here's the thing. I never would have thought that I wouldn't have played it on Switch because I played Hyrule Warriors on Switch, like everything. And then playing Age of Calamity, not to beat the dead horse,
like,
Rebecca. Age of Calamity does not run well. And I know Persona's going to run like trash. I'm like, I know it in my head. I'm like, oh, that's going to be bad.
Do you remember it chugging in the demo, though?
No, I don't. It looked
remember
great in the
chugging
demo.
that
It looked
bad.
amazing
Yeah.
in the demo. But Age of Calamity, like if they don't get Zelda going, I don't think they're going to get Persona going.
Well, Persona, I mean, that thing ran in PS3.
I'm just saying, if they didn't put every ounce of energy they could into getting Age of Calamity as good as they possibly could on the hardware, I have no faith that Persona is going to be like a better experience.
I think it will be a little bit better than.
Whereas on PlayStation 5
or PC,
it's going to be a
come on,
tremendous
Donnie, you
experience.
have a PC.
Dude, that's for Word and Excel.
144 hertz.
That's my Audacity machine.
Unlimited frames, all the flops.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper. You can get it for like $46 or something.
I might sell my laptop.
Garrett, I have Persona 5 Strikers on my Fantasy Critic League.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's gonna be like an 86.
Ooh, that's good. You want to take bets? I don't think it's gonna be that high.
You want to take bet? You should have been in the Fantasy Critic League.
Johnny, you should have. It's so much fun.
I don't want to manage all of it, but I
you don't.
Muso games do not review well, typically.
Persona games?
No, Muso, like the Warriors games don't review well. I would be surprised if the Metacritic, like the total score aggregate for Persona Strikers higher than like 76. I'd be surprised.
What?
No, I'm thinking
be that low?
Minimum. The aggregate. Will there be people that love it and give it high scores? Sure. The aggregate score, the norm, the median.
That's what I care about.
Yeah, it's going to be in the 70s.
No, I think it's going to be 80.
Okay.
At least.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch.
It's going to be fun to see.
It's going to be fun to watch.
It's Persona, man.
There's an Immortals Phoenix Rising demo on Switch, Rebecca.
I'm good.
Oh, I should play that.
No.
That's what I said. And I
already know I want to play the game. I didn't realize that the demo came out.
The demo came out. It's the same demo that was on Stadia. I downloaded it. I played it. I'm not gonna crush it, but I'm glad I bought it on Xbox.
Yeah.
Just put it that way. I was like,
I don't care.
Oof.
I don't care.
It's a big difference, though. It's a big difference.
Donnie, does it look like a PS2 game?
It does.
Like a late PS2.
It does.
That's what it really
and Jack was like,
a bad thing. I happen to love the PS2, Garrett.
Jack was telling me that's hot. That's woke, right? It's like tired, woke. Like, that is next level thinking. I love the PS2 graphics.
I do, actually.
Look all the polygons.
All time.
There's
a reason why.
I agree with you. I'm not saying that that's wrong, but there was a time and place for that, and it's no longer now. It hasn't been for some time.
There's a reason why we have remasters.
My Jack, and I'm only talking about portably, right? I didn't put it on the dock. I'm just talking about portable handheld. But Jack looked at it, and he goes, it's like Breath of the Wild. And then I sat him down, and I was like, well, you see this tree, and you see this grass. Like, the style difference between Breath of the Wild and Mortals is very different. And that style is so vibrant and it's so clear on console. And then on Switch, it's like all gone. It's just all toned back. Mm-hmm. And if you didn't play either, like if you didn't play it, you wouldn't know any better, right? It's like The Witcher. If you didn't play it, you wouldn't know any better. But having played it and seen it, it's like, this is the same price. It's like, it's just the same thing that we've been talking for 18 months? It's like, why didn't they just stream it instead? Like, just stream it instead of doing this to the game. But it's not bad. It's not unplayable. That's not what I'm saying. It's not bad. You can totally play it. It's just a very watered down, muted version of that game.
Rebecca, I want you to find people that has played just Witcher 3 just on Switch and nothing else. I want you to come over to meet with me and let me introduce them to just what Witcher 3 should look like.
Just sit them down in front of PC.
It's like, sweetie, just sit down. All right.
Video games
here's what it looks like on Xbox.
Just how they look, guys.
Mm-hmm. But they are called
beer goggles.
But they are called video games, as in video that you watch on screen, and they have art which you appreciate visually.
Very cool
it's
art.
A very big part of the medium. You can't just dismiss it like it doesn't matter. It kind of does.
I'm saying that you can still have a fun, enjoyable experience.
Absolutely, and I'm sure it's still a fun game if you can get over the writing.
And it's fine. I'm still happy. I'm still having fun.
Just don't play Witcher 3.
It's next level hot take. Garrett, I'll have you know, I still very much enjoy my PlayStation 2.
I love my PlayStation 2.
Never had one.
You're the only one who hasn't had one.
That's true.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Everybody had a PS2.
I love my PS2 back in the day. Yeah.
My friend had it. I had a GameCube, like the cool kids. And
just
played
GameCube was better. All right. You can now play, speaking of, you can now buy The Witcher, The Witcher 3 Switcher on the eShop for $40. If you decide that you want to buy the DLCs, they are now available individually. Heart of Stone for $9.99, Blood and Wine for $19.99, and they are taking down the complete edition that includes all of it. So they are releasing these separately. You can buy them piecemeal. If you've already bought the complete edition, you can still re-download it and all that's still part of your thing. But they're taking it down and they're making them all separate.
Huh.
That's weird, isn't it?
That's weird. Yeah.
The only opinion that I saw on Twitter was that this is potentially to stop people from buying it twice, that maybe there are people that bought the complete edition and then bought the DLC.
Oh,
And like Switch's review or refund policies and all that, like maybe that's happening.
I never saw the expansions separately. I actually didn't buy this on the eShop. I bought it physically. So
yeah, I think most people.
Everything's in the cart too.
Yeah.
Guys, buy the physical edition of Witcher 3 because it comes with everything. It comes with all these extra goodies.
I wonder if they're still available.
Yeah, they are. They're probably on Best Buy and Amazon. There's quite a bit out. But yeah, this is a super weird thing. But sure, if you want to just play the base game first and then buy the expansions later, totally do that. Because with the base game itself, that's still a 100-hour game.
Yeah,
you don't need the expansions.
Maybe that's why they want to split it up. To maybe they'll run a sale on the base game. Like you can get the base game for like $20 or something.
And that would be really nice. And play on a Switch Lite on a very small screen, so it doesn't deter the resolution that much. But yeah, that's cool. Good for them.
Cool, Rebecca, get the Phoenix Rising demo.
I will. I actually
try
will.
it out.
Yeah, because I do have interest in the game.
I do like the game. I like the gameplay. Hate the writing. Rebecca, would you hit us with some questions?
All right. Let's see. We have a lot of good questions.
Let's do
tonight.
3. Pick your 3 favorites.
Is that all we have
3?
time for? What?
3.
I gotta edit and post, and I gotta go to bed.
Very important.
Oh, hold on. I didn't.
She's
read through all of them.
Well, I don't know. Some aren't going to take that long. I'm going to just keep going down, and then you can stop me when we're taking too long.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
We'll do them all.
This one will not take long. Yarden wants to know, only Donnie and Garrett. I don't get to answer.
I love these questions.
Okay.
Toad and Bayonetta are cool, right?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Bayonetta is the epitome of cool. She's oozes cool.
I'm not allowed to answer, but
a lot of different camera
anyway.
angles. She has guns in her boots, right?
Yeah.
I don't have anything. I like Bayonetta. I don't know why he thinks that I don't. I don't like Toad. That's
she beats people up with her hair, turns into a high heel, and she smashes people.
I like Bayonetta.
It's freaking amazing.
Like a portal with a punch.
Dude, we're going to Bayonetta 3 this year. Oh, it's going to be so damn good.
We'll see. I still only played the first 2, actually. I have it.
Damn it,
on
Garrett.
Switch. Yeah, I know. Backlog, man. The backlog is endless. You see it? It's going out my window.
Play Bayo 2. The port for Bayo. Get Bayonetta on Xbox. Play Bayo 2 on Switch.
Oh, I actually do have that, I think.
Yeah.
Cool. Toad. Toad's cool.
I like Toad.
I think he's fine.
Mm-hmm. I like Toad.
In Luigi's Mansion, he's super
I disagree with
super
Rebecca.
adorable.
I'm a Toad fan.
I'm not a Toad fan. I hate his voice. I can't get
Mario, let's go!
That's the Rebecca Quinn podcast.
So funny.
It's annoying. It's fine for
Dude,
30 seconds.
Toads and Rabbids. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the game. It's just Toads and
Toads
Rabbids.
and
There's
Rabbids.
nobody else there. Toads versus Rabbids, some sports minigame.
And they're just yelling at
It's
each
just
other.
yelling.
His own personal version of hell.
I'm in hell. I've died and gone to hell.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Not that funny.
Rebecca, come play! We need to find the person that does the Toad voices on Cameo. We need a cameo. We need a Toad intro. Personalized to Rebecca.
I will quit.
That would be stepping the line.
Now people are going to make fun of me. Like, okay. West 3DP wants to know, have you grabbed any physical My Nintendo rewards? If so, which ones?
Not in many years.
I've grabbed one, and I haven't even attached it. I got the, it's the little hanger thing for your phone. Like, it's the phone ring. I got the Monado version of it. Mm-hmm. And it was, I think I only had to pay for shipping, which is like, I don't know, $5 or something. But I didn't attach it yet.
I got Zelda stuff back on Wii U. And I got Mario shoelaces. I got like little statues.
Can we just differentiate between Club Nintendo and
I'm
My
sorry.
Nintendo?
I think of them the same thing.
Because it's really, really not. Because I want to speak on the My Nintendo rewards that I recently got, and I really miss Club Nintendo. It is not the same quality that...
Yeah, it's just swag promo stuff they hand out at conferences and stuff.
Yeah,
really.
So I ended up getting the a couple Animal Crossing things because I had the points. It was the Dodo Airlines bag, like a reusable shopping bag, and the bandana. And the bag came real. It's like the cheapest little plastic. I was hoping it would be more like canvasy type material, but it's like the cheapest of plastic. It came all crumpled and wrinkles that will never ever come out. It looks really, really, really god awful. And then the bandana is cute, but it's just very, very thin material. So it's really not like, I was disappointed because it's not high quality the way that Club Nintendo was. I was hoping for a little bit more. There's a couple Zelda things on the store right now. Like there's the Age of Calamity. It's like an acrylic print or type thing. And I was gonna spend my points and get it. It would have taken all of my points, but I'm like just not super confident that the quality of it is gonna be good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna save my points for like if they do Zelda 35th anniversary like pins or something. I would get something like that.
Sure.
But I'm just not.
I did want that Tom Nook Bahama shirt, but they were sold out by the time I could get it.
Yeah, the stuff like that goes really fast.
Yeah, but Club Nintendo, I got a few things back in the day.
Yeah, Club Nintendo was so good, and I was kind of on the boat with that a little bit late, so I didn't really get a lot of
I got
cool
the Zelda chest that like plays music when you open it.
Oh, that's cool.
I got the little Luigi's Mansion statue. It's up in Jack's room on his little shelf, and I got my Mario shoelaces and just little things like that, shirts.
I think my favorite thing is the 3DS card case that had like the Zelda design on it. I still I carry my 3DS games in that.
Cool.
Let's see. Zelda Gift World wants to know what's a game you played long after it released, at least 10 years, and really enjoyed.
Ocarina of Time.
It's good.
That was like my one game.
You know, to take the Zelda road, I'll probably say Link to the Past. I played it when I was younger, but I never played it and beat it. You guys understand?
You know, I know what you mean.
Like I played it because a friend had it, and I was aware of what it was, but I never sat down and learned the world and met the characters and played it and beat it until way later in life. And there's something, Mario 3. I had when I was little, but I always used the warp whistles forever, and I feel like I was cheating myself forever because to me, when I was little, it was all about beating as fast as I could. I could beat Mario 3 in like 2 hours, right? I never played it. And then on 3DS, I got Mario 3, and I actually played every single level from start to finish.
Oh, cool.
So I don't know if that counts. But
I did a lot of this last year where I was going back and playing a lot of Super Nintendo games that I missed. I played Chrono Trigger and loved it. I played Earthbound and loved it. Mario RPG. Well, I don't know why I blanked on that. Secret of Mana. So lots of retro stuff that I went back and enjoyed and I really, really loved. I think a lot of people could be going back and playing old games that they missed when they're feeling like there's a drought in games. There's so many classics that people must have missed.
Yep.
Yeah,
I've been playing Wolfenstein all week. Game came out in 2013.
Yeah.
Freaking love that game.
So good.
Yeah. The World Ends With You. That's a 2009 game. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 10 years.
In a couple weeks, we're just a couple weeks away, right, from Mario 3D World.
Yeah.
And the Bowser's. Did you guys see the Bowser's Fury previews? Did you guys check into any of those?
I didn't check into too much.
We should have talked about this. We should have put it in the news.
Oh yeah, we should have. They're saying that the Bowser's Fury takes about 3 hours to complete, and I think 6 hours if you want 100% it.
That was the going around the Twitter.
Yeah, I think they're generally good previews. People were happy with it.
Does that bother you?
That's the add-on part. That's not the whole.
It doesn't bother me at all.
It doesn't bother me either.
I
still got to play the game.
3 hours of content that they didn't have to include.
Sure, they didn't have to make. And it's very different. I didn't really read the previews. I did watch the video I posted in the Discord of there was a person that was like a video of them actually playing the whole area and walking around. I know Mike Minotti over at VentureBeat with Jeff, he said it's the biggest like explorable area that Mario's ever had.
Oh, cool.
Including Odyssey.
Wow.
It's bigger than some Odyssey levels. He's like, this is a very big, and he's like, doesn't mean there's a whole lot filling in that area. Like, you very much travel to somewhere and go into a level and stuff like that. But he's like, just this area and having this freedom of movement over Mario and everything, he's like, it's very impressive.
Cool.
So that's cool. I'm really excited about it.
Awesome. That was 3. Do you want to keep going or save the others?
Yeah, let's save the others.
Okay.
Cool.
That's going to do it for us this week in the Shack, guys. I hope you'd enjoyed it. And as always, we'll catch you next week. Anything else from you guys?
Oh.
I'm good.
Good night, Koopalings.
Bye-bye.